Alright, hi guys, how is everyone? Welcome to another Pet Adventures live stream. So, as always, I want everyone to tell me if you can hear me and see me just fine. I'm still coming over my sickness a little bit, but I'm much better than even last time, so. But yeah, everyone should be okay. But yeah, today we're not really going to talk about anything special, just random, whatever. Today I only want to do about 30 minutes, kind of like my last live stream. And then tomorrow, Monday, if I'm not supposed to be going to work, I'm not sure yet, so tomorrow, Monday, actually, even if I do go to work, I have short shifts with my new job, so tomorrow I'm going to try to do You Now as well, so. It's good. Okay, really good. Very good. Hi guys. So I see a lot of you guys that I remember from my previous streams. So Monty, I'm feeling technically just fine. I just have like a still residual cough and everything like that, but other than that, I am good. So yeah. Y'all, sometimes I'm so much more used to it than I used to be, but y'all, oh my gosh, when I start up my streams, I get so stressed out, I'm telling you. Sometimes, well, it depends, but like sometimes I get a little stressed out because there's always like a certain time that I put it to be on, and I get worried, I guess, because I think I worry too much sometimes. Lilo and Lil, Leo and Lil. Lo and Lil. I do remember you. Yes, I have my crested gecko in one of those exoterras that you see back there. I got a leopard gecko named Pepper. Oh, you guys know I have two of them, so. I'm probably not going to be bringing out any of my pets. I technically kind of like to bring my pets out a little more on You Now than I do here. The reason why is because on You Now I kind of bring around my phone and stuff like that, and so it's a little bit easier to show all the pets. How long will we stream for? I just want to do about 30 minutes, something like that. I did that in my last stream and I liked it. Sometimes I do like an hour, but today I'm just gonna keep it short. So yeah, it's already been 5 minutes now, so it says. I have ratties. Aw. I think my hamster is sick. She's been asleep all day and night, and she comes out for like 5 minutes at a time to get a drink and some mealworms from me, and it's so sad. If you think she's sick, the first thing I would do is like pick her up and kind of see how everything looks. Is she like getting thinner when she walks? Does she kind of wobble? Because if a mouse or rat or hamster is sick, they will kind of wobble and not really walk right. So, but that's if they're already really sick. A lot of the times they will not show symptoms, so it's incredibly hard. But honestly, when it comes to hamsters and sometimes mice, if you notice the littlest thing off, like, your best option is really to just make a vet appointment as soon as you can. When will your next stream be? I try to do streams every Sunday. If not every Sunday, sometimes I'll do like every other Sunday, but either way, most of them are always on Sunday usually. Every now and then, if I'm running kind of a weird schedule, I'll mix it up, but your typical stream day here on Pet Adventures is Sunday. While I was gone, my mom had a baby. Okay. I think my hamster's sick. Oh, okay, I think she just re-put the same one. I'm getting a crested gecko. Any tips? Well, I do have a few videos on crested geckos. I feel like I could probably make some more. The problem is like when it comes to geckos, I don't really know what else I can say, because I've already told you the most basic important things on my channel when it comes to geckos, but I'm sure I can still, you know, I could still come up with some ideas. Obviously, you guys help me out with that. I don't still have my annul. If you want to know anything about that, you'll have to watch one of my videos. It's the video that says, why was I gone? Or I'm back, but why was I gone? I have a video that's called that. So if you want an explanation on that, you can watch that. But generally, I don't really like talking about it too much, so. Oh, I love guinea pigs. They're the best. Can you give some tips on black moors? I'm getting some soon. Well, black moors are just like a typical, like fancy goldfish. They're just in that, you know. So like it kind of just goes with any fancy goldfish, you know. Obviously, fancies are a lot harder to take care of rather than the regular comets. At least that's my take on it. But sorry guys. I swear I was not coughing that much today until now. My mom won't make a vet appointment for her because my dog has loads of allergies and my guinea pigs cost too much. Well, that's your best bet, so. What was I saying? Forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, black moors. They're just a typical fancy goldfish, so they're not really that much different from any other goldfish. They're basically just black telescope fancy goldfish. But overfeeding is a common problem that you get when it comes to fancy goldfish because they eat a lot and they eat more than they should. Always make sure that when you feed flakes, if you're going to feed flakes, always make sure that it's in the water. I don't recommend pellets unless you're going to soak them. Soaking them helps them with digestion, so and if you're going to do pellets, you must pre-soak them. Anything that is not super thick and that's going to be heavy on their digestive system, you want to stick away from. Water changes when it comes to goldfish are absolutely necessary. You really should do at least twice a week. I know that that's probably a lot for some people, but twice a week is better than once a week. You know, the more water changes, the better. I mean, you don't want to do a water change every day, but twice a week is usually a pretty good schedule in my opinion. You want to change at least, I would say, like 50% of the water. You can do most of the water too, but 50% is just kind of like, it gets the job done, and especially if you're doing twice a week, that's still a lot more water being changed out through the week. What else can I think of? That's kind of all I can think of for right now. All the, like, basic things. Your rat is pregnant. I would love to take care of baby rats someday. That'd be super cute. What cage size do you recommend for 6 rats? If you're going to get 6 rats, you might as well go ahead and get the, what do you call it? The double Critter Nation. If you guys want to buy a double Critter Nation rat cage today, I have it on my Amazon store. Let me see if I can go to that real quick. So, if anyone's looking to buy some rat cages, just one second. Whoops. Let me go back here. Just one second, you guys. There we go. What in the world is going on? Hold on, guys. My thing is like taking a while to upload. Why are all the comments so fast all of a sudden? Hold on. Okay. One second, you guys. My comments are going by like super fast. Okay. So, I have the link to my Amazon store. And you can buy a double Critter Nation today. Or if you can't afford that right now, I do have some other good rat cages. You can buy like the starter rat cages that I also have. So those are really good. Let me see if I have any exoterras on here too, because if I don't, I really gotta put them on here. Okay, yeah. We also have exoterras for your crested geckos, whatever else you're getting. We have like the large exoterras for bigger lizards. Let me see what else. And we have some fish medication and some fleece. You guys are always asking me, where can you buy fleece? You can go to Joann's Fabrics, but I do also have some fleece that you can buy on here for your ratties. If you guys have any ferrets, we have the Pop and Play, the Octoplay. The Octoplay is like a little octopus thing. My rats actually love that when it's playtime, but technically you can get it for ferrets too. Yeah, and that's all we got. And we got a little bit of rat food on here, Oxbow. But yeah, a couple hamster toys. So yeah, we have a lot of stuff. So if you guys want to go and check that out, let me give you the link one more time. You got all that stuff there. I don't want to leave though. No, but it'll send you to a link and you should still be able to hear the stream. So the best type of bedding for guinea pigs. I would probably do fleece if I had guinea pigs right now. I'm not sure if guinea pigs have a hard time with like respiratory infection like rats do. I'm not too familiar with that. I know rats are like super hypersensitive to getting respiratory infection from dusty stuff, so I try to keep the dust to like an absolute minimum if possible when it comes to the cage. But I would say a good guinea pig cage for bedding is probably like, you want to do fleece, and then you want to do like their litter boxes, which is like pelleted litter. So kind of like the ratties, that's what I would do. I don't know if other people will do other things. Obviously, you have to have hay in there too. So, yeah. Any notes on ratties that pretty much only learn while owning them? Like on-the-job learning? Well, I have learned that rats, not every rat can learn to use a water bottle correctly. Because Oscar, the day I got him, he didn't know how to use the water bottle at all. He didn't know how to push it with his tongue or his teeth. You know, you guys know like how there's like a water bottle for the rats and guinea pigs. Like, he never learned to push it with his teeth or his tongue. So the only time he drinks in the cage is if he sees Charlie drinking, so he'll drink along with him, or he'll push it with his hand like that and then drink from it. So that's something that I didn't know, because I'm like, oh, rats are super intelligent, they know everything. Well, not everything. I mean, he managed to do it, he does it in a more complex, complicated way for himself. So I'm like, boy, what you doing? What you doing, huh? My hamster is 2 years old. How long do you think I have left with her? She is healthy and happy. Well, some people have told me that they can live about 3 years. So you probably could do 3 years. I never got very long with most of my hamsters, but I mean, I got them from places that didn't really keep their hamsters in good condition, and I also didn't really know much about hamsters at the time that I kept them. And even people who keep them in the best, like I've seen some hamster channels that that keep them in the best conditions possible, take them to the vet, yada yada, and even that they have a hard problem keeping their hamsters alive for a really long time. So just kind of depends or something. No, I do not have any tattoos or piercings. I don't even have my ears pierced, because I don't know, I don't really see the point of it, I guess, but that's just me. My rats have destroyed so much of my things. There is basically no such thing as a rat proofing. Yeah, that's true. You're going to want to keep your You're gonna want to keep close eye on them, Alana. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's true, though. Is it true that they like bowls of water in bathing? Well, I don't bathe my rats too often, so I wouldn't know. I've only had to bathe my rats on like super special occasions. Most of the time, they keep themselves pretty clean. So, it's kind of like a cat. Like, I don't really bathe my cats too often because they keep themselves pretty clean, so it's every now and then. Love you. Keep up the support, MJ. Awesome. Thank you. Any leopard gecko tips? I have tons of leopard gecko tips on my channel. So, but, you know, basic things you always want to remember. I hate fear pooping in rats. I'm glad that that goes away after you've kept them for a while, though, because I would not be able to deal with that at all. It's so annoying. I don't have my ears pierced either. Yeah, I've never had anything pierced, and honestly, I don't care. I do not care at all. No. I have bathed my rats, and it goes fine. Never used dust baths. Yes. I would think that that would be a given, though, because if you realize, okay, like, if you watch my channel, you'll know that I talk so much about rats getting respiratory infections like it's nobody's business. Like, they get it fast and easy from multiple things. So, if you think a dust bath is going to be good, and you've been watching my channel, you're not listening to me or something. Because they have such sensitive little, you know, lungs and nose and all that stuff is very sensitive for them, so you gotta take it easy on them. I know it's off topic, but what's your favorite song of now? I don't really think I have a favorite song. There's too many songs out there, so couldn't pick one really. I guess technically, when I was a little girl, I liked like the Pocahontas songs and stuff, but not really as much today. I do not have a favorite pet. A lot of you guys ask me that, but I really don't. There's also too much pets out there, so you inspire me so much. I have hats now because of you. I think she meant cats, which is awesome. Oh, you guys, I'm going to make a video soon on like walking your cat and taking your cat outside and getting used to noises and stuff like that, so that when people get a cat, they don't have sketchy cats. A lot of people sorry, a lot of people don't know how to actually properly raise a cat, and this is the reason why cats get such bad reps and dogs don't, because dogs, I guess it becomes more natural for them to be more open about people. And every dog's different too, so I'm not speaking for all dogs, but as a whole. But a lot of people make issues with cats, and they don't raise them up right to get used to sounds, get used to people, get used to smells, get used to being outside and things like that. So your cat just ends up being this afraid little animal that doesn't see many people, doesn't hear many sounds, doesn't go outside much. So that is something I really want to cover on my channel soon. So yeah. By the way, you guys, it's already been 21 minutes, so this is only a 30-minute stream, so keeping it short. Pepper, my leopard gecko, is a rescue, and she did not know how to hunt mealworms, so I had to eat one to show him. You did not. That is a lie. You did not eat a worm. That is not. You are the best. Love your channel. Thank you. Favorite color? Maybe, I think purple, maybe. 1 inch of fish per 1 gallon of tank. See, a lot of people say that, but I kind of disagree. That's like a basic rule that a lot of people make, but there is no real rule to that, I think. As long as your fish are healthy and they have enough space to swim around good enough. I mean, if you're just worrying about space as far as like just space for them, it's fine to give a really large tank for your fish. That's true. But if you're worried about nitrate issues and things like that, all that kind of stuff it's mostly controlled just from doing enough water changes. So, I love your videos. Thank you, Michael. And sorry I keep coughing, you guys. I should be not sick by next Sunday. We'll see. How many mollies in a 36 gallon? You can do like 36. Well, that's bigger than what I have, so you could do like, you get like 10 or something, you know? Why not? How tall are you? I am 5'2". Yep. Oh, typical symptoms of a rat with respiratory infection. That is a really good question. I actually like that question a lot. So let me see who asked that real quick. Alana B. Okay. So, typical rat with respiratory infection. Usually it would be, your rat would be sneezing a lot. Those are the first few symptoms usually that come with it. And then the second thing you'll notice is that your rat is going to be a little more inactive than usual. So that you have that, and this is only if the rat is like at its first few symptoms. And then you'll just kind of notice that if you see the rat gaping for air, or gasping for air, I guess I should say, you know for sure. Clicking, you'll hear clicking while they breathe. So listen in on their mouth and then their chest. So those are usually the typical symptoms. It's really, really easy to tell. Like you can just tell that they're having a hard time breathing. So, and again, when it comes to my rats, I know, like, it would be crazy if one of my rats ever died from respiratory infection, because I keep such a good job at keeping down dust in the cage area. So when it comes to that, I know how to prevent it, you know? I just tell people, simple way, okay? And people always disagree with me on the whole bedding thing with mice. Oh, we can use fleece for rats, but oh, we can never use it for mice. Well, honestly, a lot of people are afraid of change. If you do something different that's not harmful but different in pet care with a certain pet, people go crazy on you. But I know, okay, I know. I started using fleece for all the mice that I had in the future, and then after Brownie is like, you know, after he got respiratory infection, my vet told me to keep using fleece. My vet told me that because he had respiratory infection. So, you know, when it comes to stuff like that, it's fine. I hear clicking in my rats. You need to be sure though, because it's a specific kind of clicking. You'll hear it kind of when they're breathing, and like someone just mentioned, bruxing is a similar, well, it's not even a similar sound, but you might misinterpret that. So bruxing is like more of a chattering kind of sound, and they're basically just like grinding their teeth. So look for that. But if you hear clicking as they breathe, like they're going, and you hear clicking in the throat, in the chest, and in the mouth, like if you hear all that, you'll know. Again, constant sneezing, big warning. If you constantly hear them sneezing, and when you hear your rat sneezing so hard that they're kind of like, tee, tee, tee. Like, I know that sounds funny, but that's kind of the sound they make. They're like, tee. That kind of sound when they're sneezing is very, very bad. So look out for that. Love fleece, won't use anything else. See, the thing is people are like, fleece is great for rats. fleece is great for mice, and technically, if you wanted to, yes, you could also use it for your hamsters. A lot of people are afraid to use it for every type of animal. Guinea pigs, also usable. Okay, all it is blankets, you guys. There's no way that can be harmful for any kind of animal. And all the animals that like to chew wood and stuff like that, they know better to also not, you know, eat fleece, okay? Mice are excellent pets, Madison. They're really good pets. How do you know anything about Chinese water dragons? I know a decent amount. I haven't kept them, and I didn't really take care of them in the exotic pet store, so I don't know a ton about them. But I can tell you a little bit about like their typical setup. It's mostly like, obviously being a water dragon, you want to have one side of their tank that has a bunch of water, okay? And then you want to have one side of their tank that is just mostly land. I don't know how to explain it, but you can also put waterfalls in their enclosure. Those are really great. Humidity has to be at a T, so I really do recommend a humidifier. The only problem with water dragons is they tend to dive into their water a lot, and they tend to kind of hurt their nose. So if you see a lot of water dragons, if you see a lot of water dragons with like a messed up nose in the pet store, that's because they tend to kind of hurt themselves on the glass. So that's unfortunate. Typically, when they get much older and they've been around people enough, they aren't as sketchy and skittish, but they are very skittish when you first get them. They're not like right off the bat like bearded dragons. But yeah, you want to actually keep a good set of water all on one side of the tank, and then the other side of the tank you want to make it just land. And they do like to climb 100%, so you do need to keep things a little more vertical in the cage. Like, so I would recommend a really big cage. Like, I would probably get a 40-gallon for a water dragon. I really would if you could. But yeah, and you know, humidity. So my iguana is laying with me watching you. Oh, so cute. My rats have been sneezing a bit more than normal, but I haven't seen any other symptoms, and I can't get them checked until they show me more symptoms, according to my parents. The thing is this is kind of difficult because rats also sneeze, like us, every few days, and that's normal. My rats every now and then will sneeze, you know, and I don't worry about it because I know that sneezing every now and then is different than sneezing every day. So if you see your rats sneezing every day, bad sign. Here's a thing you can do. I mean, if it's early, I don't know if this will work, but if it's early, if you got bedding that's like loose Carefresh or anything, get it out of there, put some fleece in there, put some blankets in there. Some people say not to use towels, but if that's all you got as an emergency use, use that. Use any kind of cloth or something like that. Do not use any kind of dusty bedding if you think that they have respiratory infection. And if nothing, you could start using whatever, you know, but extra preventative. Stick with fleece. It is your guide when it comes to that kind of stuff. I cannot stress it enough. I have seen people use other things, and people, if you don't want to use the fleece, use the pellets of litter all across the bottom of the cage or something, you know? I've seen people do that too, the pelleted litter that you use for the litter box. Well, for their litter box. So, it's better, trust me. Technically, now see, this is kind of what I mean. Technically, yes, you could use fleece for a hamster. A lot of people are saying that you can't, and I'm not against it. I'm not. But I'm also not against the Carefresh. I'm not against the Carefresh for them, because I don't see hamsters usually get respiratory infection too often. Hamsters usually are prone to wet tail, which is just basically like diarrhea, and if you don't get it under control, it can kill them. So, but that comes from like not cleaning the cage often enough. So. But I mean, the whole burrowing thing, a lot of people make a big deal about it with like mice and hamsters, and I do understand where you're coming from. It's true, they do like to burrow, but I still say that fleece is not going to harm them. And I had mice under fleece I had Brownie under fleece for a long time, as he had respiratory infection, and if anything, it helped him. And yeah, I suppose you are depriving them from burrowing, and if you feel like it's an issue, by all means, use the Carefresh. I can't control what you do with your pet, just like no one here can control what I do with my pets either. So, yeah. What do you recommend as a starter pet? Leopard geckos are at the top of my list for starter pets. It was my first pet to get when I started collecting pets or whatever, when I started getting pets a lot. So leopard geckos at the top of my list. Corn snakes are a good starter snake, and so are ball pythons. Mice are a good starter pet. Hamsters, gerbils, sometimes. It kind of depends, because gerbils would take a lot of patience for me. I don't have the patience for gerbils because they chew and dig all over their cage. They mess up your cage the minute you make it all nice and clean again. So I don't have the patience for gerbils, even though they're super cute. But they are still starter pets and stuff like that. And yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, crested geckos are very easy as far as maintenance. They're just a little bit harder to tame than leopard geckos, though. Rats are not that hard either, honestly. I mean, it just depends. Like, if you do not have any time though for your pets, get leopard geckos, because they do not require your attention as far as, like, you know, they don't need you to be like touching them and stuff like that. Rats do. So if you're looking for something that you just need to like clean and look at every now and then, and you know, get a leopard gecko or crested gecko, because those things don't require you to come and like to tickle them and stuff like that like rats do. So, but rats are like little babies, they need your attention. Okay, hold on one second, you guys. What do you recommend as a starter pet? So I told you what I recommend there. I use layers of fleece so my rats can burrow. You can do that too. There you go. That's a very good little thing to do too. That is actually true. You know what? 1 second, you guys. Just 1 second. But that's a good idea. I remember during like the winter-ish cold times over here in Florida, which weren't really cold, but they were colder for the ratties. I gave my rats like a ton of stuff to burrow in. And they loved it. Darn it, too many trolls today. Well, not really, but... just let everyone know, there's a lot of kids that watch me, and we don't want a bunch of We don't want a bunch of, like, grotesque, gross things in the chat, alright? I already blocked them off. There we go. Anyways, yeah, starter pets, definitely like geckos and snakes and stuff like that. A lot of snakes are pretty easy. The rats, easy. So, yeah, a lot of the typical pets, I guess, that you get at PetSmart and Petco are usually beginner-type pets. Of course, you know, these days it's actually easy to get a reptile online, so I do recommend online. Nah, that's okay, you guys. That kind of stuff, like, I just block those people off so they can't even come on my channel, so. What do you recommend for 11-year-olds? All the kinds of pets that I just mentioned, so if you need to, you can go back in this stream and see what I recommended for starter pets. All those are really good. Can you give mouse tips? I have tons of tips on mice on my channel, so I'm gonna have to look at a lot of those videos, but I have a lot of tips on mice and rats, of course. What do you recommend for depressed baby rat? Well, if he's depressed, he probably needs another rat. That's probably what's going on. What is a super chat? A super chat is basically you just donating to me. So you can tip me or donate to me some money if you like. All you have to do is click on that money sign, and you can give me like $1 to $100, whatever you want. So there's an emoji sign, and then there's a little money sign, and it'll say super chat, and then you just click whatever amount you like. What is the lowest? I think the lowest is like $1. So if you guys want, you can super chat me. Hi, Gunkalos Pets, how are you? We're about to end the stream, so not going to be here much longer. But I am planning on featuring your channel soon. But I'm not doing it in the live stream. I'm doing it in a video. But if you guys want, please subscribe to Gunkalos Pets. He has a lot of great pets. So, and if any of you guys are like, what did he say? Brazilian, I think it was. If you're Brazilian, go ahead and go check. I think it was Brazilian, but I'm not sure. And I think he also said Portuguese he speaks too as well. Something like that. It's, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. I wish I could donate. No problem. Alright, you guys, so I'm going to head out. This was just a short stream. I just wanted to come by and say hello. So, yeah. And I'm sorry about all the coughing. I'm almost done being sick. A little bit, so. Yep. Bar chewing in rats means that you're not taking your rats out of the cage enough. It also can mean that they don't have enough chewing toys. So put plenty of chewing toys in there. If you have females, you might want to get a wheel, because females are really active. But I know firsthand all about bar chewing, and bar chewing means boredom. So you need to get some stuff to help break their boredom. Put lots of toys in their cage, take them out of their cage a lot, and make sure that they're constantly going with something, because bar chewing always means boredom, and you cannot break bar chewing, you cannot stop bar chewing unless you break the boredom of your rats, hamsters, gerbils will do it, and I don't know if guinea pigs do it or not, but anytime you see bar chewing in any animal, it's a boredom problem. So that means that you are doing something that's making them really bored and anxious and stuff like that. Xena, my tarantula, is doing really, really good. Okay, so Savannah says, I have a baby rat that sits in the corner and stops eating, and 2 rats with it, and its brother died 2 days ago. Okay, so Savannah, honestly, I would get it checked up at the vet, because that does not sound like normal rat behavior. Especially if 2 of your rats had already died, so I would get a checkup. Yeah, I would get a checkup. That's not normal. Alright, so I'm going to head out. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. I tried to keep it short. I did it a little bit longer than I wanted, but if I didn't answer your question, feel free to ask these questions in the comment section of one of my videos and stuff like that. I'm also available on Instagram. Don't forget that. Sorry, guys. Also, I have a link right here if you want to buy anything at my Amazon store. And what else? Oh, yeah. So contact me on Instagram and Facebook if you like, if you have more questions, or you can wait till the next stream. I try to do streams every Sunday or every other Sunday if I can. And don't forget to hit me up on YouNow. The links for YouNow are down below, and they're on my channel. So, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!